Hey everyone, it's Mrs. Brimlow, and today we're going to look at how you solve word problems for equations when you're going to have variables on both sides. These notes are linked in Canvas, and I will be using two different colored highlighters. So if you plan to take notes with the video, make sure you have your materials you need. If not, you could watch the video and then try the practice later. So in general, when I'm solving a word problem with variables on both sides, I use these four steps to help me solve the problem. So, in a word problem, step one is always necessary. We define our variable with a let statement. So, we're letting whoever's looking at our work know what our variable represents. Then, we're going to write the equation. We're going to solve the equation showing all of our work for the variable. And then we always want to make sure to label our final answer because it is a word problem. So we're going to do the first two problems together, and then you'll be able to do some practice. I'm just going to move some things around. All right, so James is comparing cell phone plans. Verizon offers $60 a month with a $30 activation fee. Sprint offers $45 a month with a $60 activation fee. After how many months will the price of the plans be the same for both plans? So I know that this is going to be variables on both sides because I'm going to see words like be the same or be equal. So when are the plans going to be the same? Okay. So let's start by figuring out. I always use X for a variable. You can use whatever variable you want, letter, but I just like to stick with X. So going back to the question in the last sentence, after how many months will the price of the plans be the same? So we're looking at number of months. Your question's going to tell you what you're solving for, what your unknown is. All right, now I'm going to go back into the equation and I'm going to start. Technically, I'm using three highlighters now. I'm going to use another color. So we're comparing two different phone companies. So I'm going to highlight the information for the first phone company that I see. So Verizon, I'm going to highlight Verizon, is $60 a month, $30 activation fee. Okay. So that's the information I need about Verizon. And then now really a third color, Sprint is $45 a month with a $60 activation fee. So this is the information I need in order to set up my equation, okay? So going back to the problem, after how many months will the plans be the same? So we're looking to see when is Verizon going to be equal to Sprint? I like to put that label to help me set up my equation. So the information for Verizon will be on this side of my equal sign, and the information for Sprint will be on the other. So for Verizon, it says $60 a month and a $30 activation fee. So just looking at those two numbers, starting with the activation fee, you only pay that once. So that means X has to go with the 60. So it's $60 a month plus the $30 activation fee. So same thing with Sprint, $45 a month. So it's $45. We don't know how many months yet that it's going to be the same, plus a $60 activation fee. So based on the information given, this is the equation I've written to see when Verizon is going to be equal to Sprint. And now I'm just going to solve. Remember, there are multiple ways to solve it, so you can solve this how you want. I'm going to quickly solve it how I would solve it. So I like to deal with my variable terms first. Now I have a two-step. And I get x equals 2, and then we need to label this months. So at 2 months, they will be the same. Before that and after that, they're not going to cost the same amount, but at 2 months, they will be the same. Okay. So you can see we defined our variable, we set up our equation, we solved it showing all of our steps, final answer with a label. So this is the expectation with a word problem. Okay. I'm going to do this next one with you and then give you your practice. UPS charges $7 for the first pound and $20 for each additional pound. FedEx charges $5 for the first pound and 30 cents for each additional pound. How many pounds P will it take for UPS and FedEx to be the same? So looking at the question, we're looking at pounds that will cost the same amount. So they gave us the letter P. I'm still going to use X because I just prefer that. So let X equal number of pounds. You also need to be specific here. If you just write pounds, what does that mean? X equals pounds. It needs to be specific, number of pounds, amount of whatever. So I don't want to just see months or pounds. It should say number of, amount of, whatever makes sense for your problem. All right, so going back into the word problem, let's see what we're comparing. So we've got UPS, $7 for the first pound, 20 cents for each additional pound. Then we've got FedEx, which charges $5 for the first pound and then 30 cents for each additional pound. So we're seeing, when is UPS going to equal FedEx? All right, so it says $7 for the first pound. So that's a flat rate. So your first pound is $7. After that, whatever you have, it's going to be 20 cents each. So $7 plus 20 cents X, okay, because that's the number of pounds, price per pound, and we don't know how many it is yet for them to be equal. And then for FedEx, they have a flat rate of $5 for your first pound and then 30 cents for each additional. Okay. So now I'm going to solve. So I like to, once again, start with my variable terms. That's going to give me a two-step. You can use a calculator. If I didn't mention that before, you will be allowed to on the test as well. So at 20 pounds, these will cost the same. So before 20 pounds, one is going to be a better deal than the other. After 20 pounds, one is going to be a better deal than the other. But at 20 pounds, if you were shipping something that was 20 pounds, you could go with either one and pay the same price. Okay. So there is a practice sheet in Canvas I'd like you to do. You're going to do your workout on a separate sheet of paper, then upload it through Canvas so I can check your process and give you some feedback. The bottom two can just be extra practice for you to do on your own if you feel you need it. If you have any questions, let me know, and I will chat with you soon.